going through the expense, the time, the effort, the pain, all the changes, you might as well make it work for you. So this barrier number one, conflicting priorities. This is where the real meat of everything came in for me. It's impossible to serve two masters. If you would have asked me when I weighed 400 pounds, Bill, what's the most important thing in your life? I would have said, oh, my family, definitely. I have 3 sons, I have a wife. They're the most important things to me. But if somebody was really looking from the outside, they'd say, really, Bill? You weigh 400 pounds. You're 3 times, I think the doctor said, my BMI was 50-something. You're 3 or 4 times more likely to die than you were with a regular BMI. How do you think your children and your family are going to like that then? Are you really serving them? Not at all. I was trying to serve 2 masters at once. The one that said, feed my body, and the one that said, my family comes first. I had a business I was running. I could have said, my business is very important. The 300 employees that count on me to be there and all that. Same thing. Really, Bill? You don't take care of yourself. You have limited physical strength. You have limited ability to do the things you need to do to make sure this business succeeds and thrives. Conflict occurs every time we try to squeeze multiple objectives or activities into the time allotted for only one. So my strategy, and this sounds so simple, because it really is simple, is I put myself first. Now some people hear that and say, oh, so you just got really selfish. And I say, no, not at all. Weighing 400 pounds is really selfish. Here's a couple simple reasons why. I mentioned the front seat of the car. Not only did I get the front seat of the car, I got it because I couldn't fit in the back. And I took it as, people just love my navigation skills. Because we go anywhere, oh, Bill, you sit in front. I think, well, they like me up here. No, they just know you can't squeeze into the back. That's a little one, but my clothes cost more. I used to have to shop at the Big and Tall store, where a shirt like this starts at $65. Instead of where I buy it now at the thrift store for $1.50. The bed wears out more. If you've never seen our mattress, and they don't give away mattresses. These things are expensive. My side did this, Colleen's side did that. I destroyed mattresses simply by lying on them. And mainly, I created a lot of worry and fear in the lives of my family and my friends. So when I put myself first, so that I was in a condition where I could take full advantage of all of the wonderful things that this world has to offer, the nature, the ability to come to Chattanooga and meet people. I think I've known maybe 2 people in here before, so 100 good friends. When you're heavy, you miss those kind of opportunities. I put myself first so that I could put my life first. Dishonesty again. I say nobody weighs 400 pounds without lying to themselves a lot. Now I have the Al Lenoski story here. Al was a guy I hired in 1981. We were both young. We worked together for about 5 years, became really good friends. We went our separate ways, as life does, and 20-some years later, I had lost track of him. My mother passed away. My mother lived in the same city as Al, so we saw the obituary. So he showed up at the funeral home. I looked at Al, and he didn't look any different than he had 25 years ago. Trim, looked exactly the same, looked healthy. Of course, I looked a lot different. I had, in that time frame, had gained, as you saw in those pictures, a lot of weight. So after the thanks for comings and all of the condolences and that, I finally got him aside and I said, Al, you look fantastic. What's your secret? And it hit home like a ton of bricks. 2 things. What he said and the look he gave me. The look was like, Bill, I remember you being smarter than this. He said, I eat well and I exercise. Which is where I got that term from. And of course the same thing. I don't want to hear that. Al, take me aside. Tell me you've got these secret pills. Don't tell anybody. Here they are. I'll sell them to you. This is why I say we lie. I mean, I knew that. I knew the way to stay healthy and to keep and maintain a weight was to eat well and exercise. But I don't like that answer. It's inconvenient. I want a different alternative truth. Give me something different to live on. That's why Suzanne Summers can sell the thing you put between your legs and your ears. For 3 easy payments of $49.95.
I don't think so.
Now, I'm not saying there's nothing good comes from that. Maybe it does. But it's not going to take you from 400 pounds to 200 pounds. I don't care if you do it all day long, 24 hours a day. You might become a fancy dancer, but you're not gonna. But we buy that because it sounds like a good answer to us. It sounds like something that's more palatable than the secret is assume responsibility for your own good and then act on it. I didn't like that story. So, what did I decide to do? Again, this is just simple. This is really simple. It's the antithesis of that. I learned to be brutally honest. For one thing, I said, don't duck the words. I never liked the word obese. I hated that word. I would not use that word. My eyes skipped over it if it was in print. I couldn't deal with that word because, sorry, it was me, and I didn't want to confront that. So now I use those words. I was heavy. I was fat. I was obese. I was fat. That was the case. And afterwards, a lot of honesty about it too. I know a lot of people don't like to talk. They like to keep private that they've had weight loss surgery, and I get that, and that's everybody's right to do. But I'll tell you, in my case, I love talking about it because it is therapeutic, and I know that there are people who benefit from it. The main question people ask when they see you've lost weight, it's probably the most logical question anybody can ask. You look fantastic. How'd you do it? It's just a question a lot of weight loss surgery people hate to hear, because when you say, I had weight loss surgery, and then you get that sometimes reaction where they go, oh, I thought you did it yourself. One woman asked me one time, she said, how'd you lose the weight? And I kind of stared at her at first. This was as I was learning to give this answer. And she said, I mean, did you just try real hard? That's what she did. Try real hard. And I said to her, well, and it kind of, that was why the only time I really felt like I was going to get a little defensive, and I said, no. I lost weight the only way you can lose weight. I took in less calories than I burned up. And I do that by eating well and exercising. In my case, I exercise like crazy. I do the following things. And for eating, I had a problem stopping eating. So I used gastric bypass to help control what I eat. And then I tried real hard. And ever since then, that's my answer. Sometimes don't do the whole try real hard. But I say if you answer the question, I had gastric bypass or weight loss surgery, you're not honestly answering the question. Because if you have lost weight and you maintain it, my gastric bypass has never woke me up in the morning and told me to go work out at the gym. It's never once dragged me out of bed and said, drop and give me 20 push-ups. It's never said get on the elliptical and run. It's never told me to lift weights. And it never will. And that's an integral part of how I lost weight and why I keep it off. It's never put me on a bike. In fact, when I weighed 400 pounds, my bike said no. I swear my bike flattened its own tire. So, I still kind of sum this up with a thing I call the ladder story. Who's the shortest person in this room? Anybody here 5 foot or less? Over here. Okay. We won't pick on you. Shorter. I'm 6'1". So, in my house, I can paint the ceiling like this. With a roller, I can just paint it. Somebody 5 foot can't do that. So does this conversation make any sense? If I went in the house and I said, wow, I see you just painted your ceiling, and I like the way you feathered this, you did the corners over there, and it's all great. You did such a great job. That's fantastic. Wait a minute. Is that a ladder I see over there? You used a ladder to paint? I'm not impressed. What? The person used the appropriate tool for the physical situation they found themselves in. No matter what, at 5 foot tall, it would be like me saying, did you just try real hard? No matter how hard you try, you can't go from 5 foot to 6 foot based on your own will. Yeah. It was no different than me. Do you think I didn't try for years to not eat that much? Hospital supervised diet programs, Jenny Craig, weight loss, you name them all. Of course I tried all those things. And what I found out was I was trying to drive a nail into a piece of wood with a screwdriver. I had a tool. Hospital supervised weight loss programs are great tools. If your problem is not knowing what to eat and when to eat it, you don't have the knowledge about that. But it's a poor tool. If you're trying to drive a screwdriver, it's a poor tool to try to drive a nail into a piece of wood. You use a hammer for that. So, I used gastric bypass to give me the one thing that physically, psychologically, wherever that was wrapped up, I couldn't control, which was my eating. Here's another thing. Sometimes, and I was happy to hear earlier today too, we were talking about the psychological part of it. You know, you go through a psychological exam, which in my case, it wasn't, I wasn't real impressed with it, to tell you the truth. And I see a lot of people who have weight loss surgery that probably shouldn't have, or are approaching it for the wrong reason. The vision story. I was at another conference a year ago and talking to a guy who had the van, and he had lost a lot of weight and he gained it all back. And he said, I'm going to go have the gastric bypass done. And I asked him, I said, well, what is it you think about the gastric bypass that it'll work better than the van did? What is it about it that you think you need? He said, oh, it's easy. I just stopped working out. Well, I hate to tell you, but you're going to spend $20,000, go through a year of intense pain and agony, constipation, and all the things that happen. You're going to change your entire lifestyle for the rest of your life, and you're not going to be successful if you think that gastric bypass is suddenly going to make you go work out. He was trying to apply a screwdriver to drive a nail into a piece of wood. So the truth is the truth. We know it. We know it. It's just a matter of making the decision that I'm going to be brutally honest about myself, my conditions, and the knowledge that I am the one. It all begins with choice. I'm the one making these choices. I've been making bad choices. I'm now going to make good choices. The solution doesn't exist outside of me, and it's not even fun about having surgery. The solution exists inside of me. It exists pretty much from the neck up. Poor planning and implementation, or as my kids have all been trained from my consulting days, the 5 Ps, proper planning prevents poor performance. I just ask them now, 5 Ps, and they can tell me. They roll their eyes, but they can tell me. Failing to plan is like planning to fail. And I can't stress enough that when I decided I was going to have gastric bypass, I started the planning right then. Planning for how I was going to eat and exercise up to my surgery, and then after surgery, and then after forever. Without having a plan, it doesn't allow for contingencies, because I'll tell you, not much of the whole process went the way I predicted it would. But again, I had a plan for where I'd be, and I knew what I either had to adjust to or from. And imbalances and wants and desires aren't there. The concept of best weight. I mean, people ask me all the time, what's the, say, with eating, what's the best diet plan? It's the one you'll stick with. What's the best exercise program? The one you'll do on a regular basis. What's the best weight to weigh? The one that gets you to the point where the quality of life that you achieve is worth the price that you pay to get it. As soon as it becomes not worth it anymore, you won't continue to do it. When it becomes, when you're not paying enough of a price and you want a different result, you have to resolve that. So my strategy was I developed this pre and post diet and exercise plan, and I learned to say nutrition, not diet, because it has a whole different connotation. It breeds ownership. It's my plan. You know, yes, I had a nutritionist that came with the surgeon's office, but when she put information for me together, I considered that to be a guide that I used to develop my plan. Here's my example, NASA. Apollo 11 went to the moon, right? And there were the 8-day mission. And there was like 671,000 seconds in those 8 days. And the engineers had set a plan where they knew where that rocket was going to be every second of that trip, all the way to the moon and back. And here's a great project. President Kennedy said it almost a decade earlier. Send a man to the moon, let him safely return him back to Earth safely. That was the mission. 671,000 seconds. You know, when the rocket was on the launch pad ready to go, that was the only time in the entire mission it was where it was planned to be. As soon as the rockets kicked in and they started taking off, the wind was a little different than they calculated, the rate of the burn was a little different from the fuel. Everything was different, and it drifted off course. But because they knew where it was supposed to be, they could always say, well, let's get back there. And then they overshot it, well, they could get back. And they're going too slow, they could speed up. They're going too fast, they could slow down. Same thing when I rode my bike, those two examples that they were talking about earlier. I charted every inch of that out. I one time figured out how many inches it was from my house to Raleigh. And I was on track.
Like that.
Basically never. Turn the corner, oops, there's a dirt road, can't ride on that. You know, I have tires this thick. Everything, but I knew where I wanted to be. And just like on my ride to Raleigh, I got there safely and returned home. They landed on the moon and they returned to Earth safely, having been where they were supposed to be only once out of 671,000 measurements. Pre and post diet exercise plan will help you increase your chance of success. This is an interesting one because this is sort of like, you know, there's these triggers and there's things that sometimes tempt you to sabotage your weight loss efforts. One of them, like I drove down here yesterday, and as soon as I got in the car, in the old days, I'd have my chocolates and my sweets and my chips and my drinks and everything all around me because I had no little console and I'd drive and eat the whole way. And it's still such a powerful thing. And I've talked to people who quit smoking, and what is the worst time for them? A cup of coffee, I just want a cigarette. When I'm on the phone, I just want a cigarette. When I'm in the car, I just want a cigarette. When I'm on the toilet, I just want a cigarette. That was my mom.
My dad.
My dad.
The
So
paper,
these
the
situations where things happen,
Multitask.
you know, and when I first had surgery, I was sick a lot, I threw up a lot, and people would say to me, Bill, you'll just have to learn your limits, which I thought was a great, at first I thought, yeah, that's right. Then I realized, you know what, learning my limit is only important if eating right up to the edge of throwing up is my goal. Why would that be my goal? And besides, anyway, when I was fat, I could eat 6 Big Macs. Knowing my limit didn't help me any, it got me to 400 pounds. So knowing my limit wasn't important, but what was giving my body what it needs rather than testing those limits. To live by design and election, as I call it, design the program and I elect to follow it. There are times when this comes in really handy when I started thinking in the future. When I was 6 months out and having great success, and people ask me, don't you miss drinking beer and eating chicken wings and stuff? And I'd say, you know, I go and I look in the mirror and I go, this is great. And then a patient who was a year or so ahead of me said, Bill, that's great now, but when you stop losing weight, but you still have to eat that way and you still have to behave that way, how are you going to feel then? What's your motivation going to be? And at first I wanted to tell her to just get out of my sight. Why are you raining on my parade? I went home, I was angry at her. And I started thinking about it, and then I realized what Joanne gave me was a great gift, a gift of foresight. In a year, when I stop losing weight, I'm going to have to deal with this. How am I going to do it? And I started thinking about things like that so that some of those trigger points I would have defense against. I didn't do too good in the car yesterday, coming down here, I'll admit it, but still, you know, there's times I don't have the bag of chips and the bag of chocolates and the sodas and all that around me the same way as I used to. And a lot of these things are things we put in place to deflect us from the real problem, right? Oh, I'd love to start an exercise program. I just don't know exactly, should I be doing resistance training? Should I be doing aerobics? Should I be doing, and how much, what percentage? And I would say, you know, if you're Usain Bolt, if you're the fastest man in the world and one of the most unique athletes that's ever existed, yes, you fine-tune your workouts to this degree. You're trying to carve a split second off your time. When you weigh 400 pounds, dude, you ate a pizza yesterday. Maybe eat 2 of the slices, half a pizza. Maybe you sat on the couch, you didn't do anything. Maybe just walk around the block. If you don't know what diet or what exercise program to follow, and you're that big, start in a general direction. You can fine-tune as you go. But, again, that assumes personal responsibility. I don't like that answer, so I want the real definite right now. I don't want to try real hard. I want you to tell me what I need to do. That's the deflection, and that's the part of sabotaging time, focus, attention, and avoidance, and things like that. So, what I learned, what did we learn here today? Well, that weight loss is simple, involving math we learned in first grade. Implementing that simple process can be very difficult. And then if you can figure out your barriers to achieving it and come up with strategies to overcome those barriers, you will increase your likelihood of success. In my case, those 4 biggest barriers: prioritizing my time and attention, putting myself first, learning to be brutally honest with myself and others, developing this pre and post diet, nutrition and exercise plan, and then following it and giving my body what it needs rather than what it might want. So I have to conclude now, and like the doctor said earlier, I can talk all day long too. So I would tell you that no matter where you are in your journey, if you're pre-op, anybody pre-op here? No pre's? One? Or recently post-op, 6 years out or 12 years out, you're confronting this every day, and my advice would be that you're capable of far more than you can imagine. You can do this. Don't overcomplicate things. Eat well and exercise. Believe in yourself. Do a little bit better today than you did yesterday, because it's the journey that will get you there, not the surgery. A new life, a better life awaits if you follow that journey through. And I would just implore you, go get it, because it's so worthwhile. Thank you very much.